Hi, welcome back again. I'm redoing this Facebook Live because my last video disappeared. So if you've already seen it, just follow the link in the description to get your free resource that gives you more detail about what I've just talked about. If you want to listen again, by all means, do it. I would love to see you. Sorry, in the background, that's my husband. He's home from work bugging me. So hopefully he will not distract us too much. Hello, if you're here. If you want to make a comment so that I know who's here and where you're from, that would be really awesome. Just to reiterate, in the description of this video today, there is a link to get a free resource to use alongside this Facebook Live or instead of the Facebook Live. It really covers what we talk about here in a lot more detail, and it's something that you can print out and stick on your fridge if you want to, and just help give you that reminder to take some of the actions. So we're going to go through this today. It's a 4-step plan. So if you've already heard it before today, I'm sorry, but we're going to get to hear it again. So the overview. So today we are going to cover 4 steps. The first one is keep focused on the future. The second one is to manage your staff from home. The third one is have a plan to restart quickly. And the last one is stay connected to your tribe. So let's jump straight into step 1. So step 1, here are some action points for you to take. The first one is ring your accountant. So your accountant is a great point of call to go to. They will be able to talk to you about your current financial situation. They will also be able to give you advice on what is the best action for you to take right now to protect yourself, as well as have yourself be able to be in the best position to restart quickly in 4 weeks. Because my feeling is that, you know, you were busy at Christmas, you ain't seen nothing yet, because you only shut down for 10 days. This is 4 weeks worth of work you're going to have to reallocate. And certainly there will be some softening off as the economy kicks back into line. But the reality is it won't be as soft as you would think it's going to be. So, but you have to get through this next 4 weeks to be able to pick up on what's going to happen on the other side. So he has got to be your first point of call. So get in contact with your accountant and find and help him develop your plan in more detail. The next thing is talk to your creditors. So this is the people you owe money to. This is your landlord and your banks. The banks are offering some loans, so talk to them about what you're eligible for to get you through this period, and talk to your creditors about taking payment holidays or about developing a new payment plan to get you through the next 4 weeks and the little bit after, until you've got some cash flow coming back in a volume that allows you to make those payments more aggressively. Now remind your creditors, because I have had a few clients say to me that that landlords and people are not being that sympathetic to the situation, but you need to remind them these are exceptional circumstances and that they will need your business longer term. So their support in the shorter term will help ensure this is going to be able to happen. So just be really firm with them and let them know that actually, you know, you do want the business to continue to move forward. So it's in their best interest to come to the party as well. The next thing is keep on top of your budget. So every week as you pay out the government subsidy, any wages that you're paying on top of that, as well as payments to landlords and suppliers that you've agreed to pay, you want to keep on top of where your cash flow is, because with no money coming in, it's going to be very quickly for things to go amiss quite quickly. So don't leave it to chance. Don't make assumptions that you've remembered about every payment that's coming out. Keep on top of this. Keep talking to your accountant, and this will allow you to know exactly what shape you're in coming into the end of this lockdown period, and how much money you have to spend to ramp back up again at the other side. So if you see a problem coming along, that is where your banks and your accountant can help you manage that period. They don't want to hear from you if you didn't look at this and it became a problem. They want to know about this before it becomes a problem because you think things are not heading the way you'd like them to go. The next thing is tackle your to-do list. Every owner, you don't have one. Every owner has a to-do list. These are the jobs that you want to get done, you know you have to do, but life gets in the way of. So this might be get your business plan finalized. It might be develop that stylist management plan you know you need, but you haven't got round to doing because there's a lot of work in getting this done. Think about how to develop service delivery guidelines so that your stylist in the future will have a written document they can go to on how to deliver each aspect of their client experience. Think about developing training plans for the next 12 months. Make sure that your stylists don't miss out on critical training they're going to need to keep growing and developing as stylists. And get any other paperwork that you need to do done. Reconcile your GST. Do all that sort of stuff that we all hate, we all put off, but this is the perfect opportunity to do it while you're at home and you've got no excuse to leave. And the last thing is take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so make sure that you're looking after yourself. It is a stressful period. This is the time to meditate and most importantly, practice gratitude for what is going well in your life. Exercise and eat well so that you're in top condition to be able to take on the work at the other end and be able to thrive and get through this. So that is step 1. Keep focused on the future. Step 2, manage your staff from home. Now, just because your staff are not at work, as long as you're paying them, they still are obliged to provide you with some work for that payment. Now, what you decide to do for them is entirely up to you. But here are some ideas to help you manage your staff at home. Expect your staff to upskill. Now, what do I mean by upskill? That means continue on with training and professional development. So that might be things like you might run an online consultation workshop with your staff using a online conference manager program, something like Zoom. That's really good and it's free, so give that a go. You might sign up to some manufacturers, some product manufacturers. I know Weller does this, but I'm not sure about other ones. They have a online courses that you can sign up for your staff to do. They're master classes, so they cover everything from colouring to cutting and treatments and product knowledge. So it's a great opportunity for your staff to get online and be taking advantage of these free resources offered by your product company to help upskill them so that when they come back into the salon, they are working in a more productive way. So hello to everyone who's just joined. Lovely to see. This is the second time I've had to do this. The first video disappeared, so I didn't want you guys to miss out, so I'm doing it again. And just to remind you, there is a link in the description. Please go and have a look at it. It's if you can get a resource that complements this, that talks about this in a lot more detail, sent straight to your inbox for downloading to help you work through this at home. So what else can you expect in terms of training? You could get your trainees to make sure they're doing coursework and getting ahead of the curve, so because when they come back in, they might be really busy and might not have time to be doing that work. So make sure they're ahead of where they need to be. And you could even set work for them to do. And that might mean you can set quizzes and that sort of thing to make sure that they are keeping engaged, keeping focused, learning about new products. And there is heaps of information online. There is no reason for them to not learn at least one new thing during this lockdown. So the other thing you can do is get your staff creating content for you. Now, during this lockdown, and we'll go in this more detail, keeping in contact with your clients and your fan base and your tribe online is going to be so important. But the issue might be that you don't have the you might find it harder to create content, because so many salons are really good at doing those beautiful before and after, or those beautiful technique videos and clips, and which is so amazing and so beautiful. We've got so much talent in New Zealand. But the problem is, if you're not in the salon, you can't create them. So what do you do to supplement those posts? And this is where your staff can really come in and help you. You know, there is no reason they couldn't put together a little video or even a time-lapse video of them doing their hair at home. And then you can write a post that gives an explainer to your clients on how they've done that. Get them to show clients how they would GHD curl their own hair, how they would braid their own hair, how they would apply a treatment. Those sorts of things, clients love it. They love to see the people they admire doing that stuff for themselves. You could also ask them to offer tips that they could share with their clients on ways to do their hair at home. And you might even get them to do a little profile about their favorite products, what they love doing in the salon, what they want to do with their career, what those exciting things are, and maybe showcase some of their work in the post. You could also get them to review products they're using at home and tell clients why they have chosen to use those products during lockdown, and the benefits for them, and what other clients would be suitable for those products too. And they can talk about how much they're missing their clients or work. They could do a little Facebook Live, a video that could go on Facebook Live, on the salon's Facebook Live. These are all great ways for the salon to remain connected with their clients, and for the stylists to be part of that movement to stay connected. And this is not too much to ask them. It is really, really doable. So it would be great if you could get your staff to do that. And the other thing that you want to do is help them keep in contact with the clients. So there is going to be a lot of phoning, emailing, texting clients over I would imagine, the next 4 weeks as you reschedule clients, and potentially if things change and appointments need to be moved again. So get some of that workload onto your stylists. They are more than capable of ringing clients. They are more than capable of creating text messages to send out to clients. They are more than capable of writing emails that you can perhaps edit and refine, but at least the bulk of the work is done that can go out to clients. You know, and stylists love to be involved in this. They are an integral part of your salon business model, and it is important that they continue to be part of the solution to get your salon moving forward. So don't be afraid to get your staff involved from home in a meaningful way. So the next step is have a plan to restart quickly. Now, what I mean by this is that when you go back online, things could move really quickly. You may not have time to do that organization when it happens. So it is possible to create some scenarios if you're quiet, if you're averagely busy, if you're extra busy, if you're extraordinarily busy. Create scenarios that, and have action plans on which one you're going to, on how to implement them should any of them arrive. So the first thing I want you to do when you think about your plans to restart quickly is have your clients ready to go. Now, please do not expect your clients to reschedule themselves. If you have an appointment outstanding in your over the next 4 weeks that hasn't been rescheduled, get on the phone and ring that client or email them, but you need to take the initiative to reschedule them, because if you expect clients to do it for themselves, you are missing a massive opportunity, because they may not ring up and reschedule again once life gets back on, because as much as you're going to be busy, they're going to be busy too. So offer priority spots to clients with existing appointments. This is a really good way to encourage your clients to rebook, even if they're uncertain about committing to an uncertain future. So if you have a client due in the next 2 weeks and you want to reschedule them for when you come back and they're a bit, oh, I'm not sure because I'm not sure what I'll be doing. Getting them in and getting them have appointment does two things. Firstly, most people will commit to the appointment in the end, but there will be a group of people that will reschedule, but also it gives you permission to contact them and be engaged with them because you already have a pre-existing agreement that they will come on this time. And so even if they don't come, you can have the opportunity to ring them and say, hey, we had an appointment. I know you're busy. Could I reschedule you? It gives you permission to do that. Whereas if they don't have an appointment and they just don't get around to calling you, you can't really call them and chase them up. So tell them that if you can rebook, if they do rebook, even if they can't make that appointment that they've been rebooked for, if things get in the way, if they need to reschedule it, anyone with a pre-existing appointment will be prioritised over walk-ins. And that's a really good way for them to feel like they are, treated with a sense of importance and a sense of that they mean something to you, basically, and that's really important for clients. And you can create offers for them to get them back into the salon, but make sure your offers are about helping first and then selling second. So perhaps it is about, free treatments, for the first week to make sure that everyone's hair is in top shape after 4 weeks, because these people have had to reschedule. You might be running a bit of a tighter schedule than they're used to when they come in. So it's a really great way for them to feel valued, and it just smooths over any of those inconsistencies in service delivery in that first week. So the next thing is to have your team prepared. So what I mean by this is keep them up to date on changes in workloads and when they'll be due back at work. Things will change a lot over the next 4 weeks. It's nothing set in stone. So it's really important to be having regular contact with them. Say that you're really busy on the first 3 days when we come back, and then we're quiet off, but you're going to be busy over the weekend and things like that, and talk to them about how those workloads go. Then also talk to them about changing or extending their usual hours to better meet the demand over the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks when you get back, because, squeezing in 4 weeks worth of clients is quite difficult, and it's not something that you'll easily do in the first week. So that this busyness may knock on for a few weeks after, and it might mean that actually they work 4 late nights and have 4 late starts, because that better meets the needs of your clients over those 4 weeks, or they start working a Sunday instead of a Tuesday, whatever it takes to get that more clients in as quickly as possible, and especially clients that need outside 9 to 5 hours to get their hair done. And it's really important that you get really clear on key results and performance standards and what they will be and what they'll be expected to be when things start up again. The worst thing you could do is go in and say, just do the clients, because that's what will happen. They will just be done. And key performance indicators like, how many clients are being rebooked, how often treatments are being sold, how often retail products are being sold. Those sorts of things can slip through the gaps when you're really under pressure and when you're under the pump. But if stylists go into this knowing what is expected of them, it will make it so much easier for them to keep those standards you expect from them and make sure that they're working smarter and not harder. So the other thing is you can do to have your team prepared is talk to them and excite them about an out-of-the-gate staff incentive challenge where they could earn themselves a small reward for achieving a performance standard and delivering exceptional client experience. So this is a good way to keep them focused and allows you to have that conversation with them when things start to slip and slide and the pressure comes on, and say, but it will be worth it because you will be able to earn yourself this or that for achieving this. So have that prepared. Make it, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to be something that's going to mean a lot to your stylists in that first couple of weeks. So the third thing is keep talking to your tribe, and that is the people that follow you, your clients. Keep that contact going through emails, through text, through phone, and through social media. And that brings us on to the next step, which is stay connected with your tribe. So here I want to talk to you about how to continue to keep engaging with your tribe when you don't have your usual glut of work created by your stylist out of the salon, which is, you know, something that clients love, but you won't be able to do over the next couple of weeks. So it's important that you keep things positive and you keep talking, and you talk about how much you're missing them, because, you know, you have relationships with your clients and they have a relationship with you. So it's important that they feel like that's not just forgotten and that it's still there and it's still important to you. The next thing I want to say is keep posting. So some ideas that I've come up with, and this is not a definitive list by any stretch of the imagination, but some ideas that I thought that might be helpful is think about reposting popular posts from the past, because everyone loves a throwback day. They're always fun, and they're always people love them, you know, especially if you've got a huge archive from 10 years ago, things that were really popular then, and just comparing it to now, it's always fun. Reformat old posts to give them new life. So if you've had a post that has been particularly popular and it's fairly recent, perhaps redesign it and just do it in a new way, put a new message in there, and you know, reuse it that way. So the other thing you can do is revisit old photos that didn't make the cut the first time round and think of new ways to put them together so that you can reuse them in new ways. And a perfect example is things that didn't come out so well on camera, might be lighting processes. You could put them together now as a group of 10 to show the different stages to lighting. So each of them on their own probably wouldn't have made a post, but they could come together to create a new post, a new idea, a new way to do things. You can look at finding inspirational hairstyles and tag clients who you think would love the look. Clients want to know that you're thinking about them. They want new ideas. They want inspiration. They want to be forward thinking. They want to think about the future beyond COVID-19. But remember, if you're using someone else's work on your page, remember to credit the source and check the crediting rules, because some people do require permission before you can do that. But it is a really good way to add a bit of variety onto your page at the moment and keep those hair images coming through. Also, post the material your staff provide. You know, having a video of your staff doing their hair and teaching them is a really good way. You could even add them to your YouTube page if they're videos. Your clients will love them. And let them know that you're excited to see them again. So keep your tribe engaged. Now this is really important, because, you know, clients love that regular touch point with you in your salon. So it's a bit harder to achieve that when you can't literally see them. So some ideas that I thought about was perhaps run competitions, even if they're just fun ones with no major prize in them, that give your clients the opportunity to talk about their hair struggles at home during lockdown. And the other side of that, it will allow them to sing your praises about how well their hair works when they see you regularly. So what is the effect of not seeing you for 4 weeks beyond your usual appointment time? How is that making their hair struggles difficult? You know, maybe do a competition for the best roots, or you know, those sorts of things. You know, they're fun. People get it. It's acceptable at the moment because people understand the sacrifices we're all making, and they're kind of fun. The other thing that you could do is, those sorts of things. The other thing you could do is run a daily challenge, so that, you know, if you want to teach your clients how to style their hair at home, run a 5-day daily challenge that shows them Day 1, how to blow dry their hair. Day 2, how to braid it. Day 3, how to GHD curl it. Day 4, how to straighten it normally. And Day 5, how to pin it up simply. You know, those, or how to do a simple ponytail based hair up. You know, those sorts of things are really fun, and they allow your clients to engage and comment and send videos into you. So they're really fun ways to keep your clients involved in your salon experience. And the third point I want to make is stay away from hard selling. This is not the time to offer amazing deals. That time will come when we're back online. At the moment, it is about really nurturing that relationship with your tribe and checking in with them and making sure they're okay too. So that's pretty much it for me today. If you want a resource to go along with this, check out the description, because there is a link there. You just put in your, email address, and then it will send an email to your inbox where you can just download the resource. It is a 5-page resource for you to help get you through this. There's lots of details. So if you've missed anything, you can either rewatch this, or you can download the resource and have a look at it yourself. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And if you want to keep getting live notifications from me, make sure you like my page so that I can keep you up to date. I'm going to try and do at least one live video a week about managing the COVID-19. So if you would like to see those pop up as reminders, make sure you like my page. Okay, so I'll speak to you later, guys.